At this point, the government shutdown now beginning to cause disruptions to air travel. Joining us now, TD Cowen airline analyst Tom Fitzgerald. When did it start? When did they start noticing? And can you explain the cause and effect of what's happening, Tom?
Sure. Thanks, Joe. I've actually been pretty impressed by the resilience of the system thus far. And we've seen a little bit of an elevation in delays, but no spike in cancellations. And I would say the data looks more like a stretch of bad weather hit the system. They've gotten a little bit more used to dealing with these type of shutdowns over the last dozen or so years. So the industry's built up some muscle memory.
What would just take us to connect the dots of how the disruption would begin? Is it FAA related or air traffic control? How would it work?
Yeah, so I mean we're at the stretch now where ATC and TSA employees will begin going without pay. So you could start to see a spike in absenteeism, and then that safety is always the North Star. So if it's not safe to operate the system, they'll implement ground stops. Paradoxically, that might be what ends up hastening the end of the shutdown. That's what happened in 2019 with the ground stop at LaGuardia. At the end of the day, air travel is the lifeblood of the economy, and you can't have you can't have the system just shut down like that.
Yeah, we have seen that. That's very true. Air travel is the lifeblood of the economy. So if it goes to November, and that would be material to GDP and to a lot of things that we take for granted as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Thanksgiving travel, potentially.
Thanksgiving travel, yeah, as well.
And you're now talking about employees who haven't gotten their paychecks. I mean, that's
TSA.
Yeah.
They're not. They're
military.
Not. And military.
The military's getting.
Well, maybe they can
but
find
for
the
air
extra.
travel.
Maybe they can find the extra.
Did you? Just moving beyond this, looking backwards, you saw Delta, you saw United. Were there differences in the business model of those two airlines, or similar results?
I would say broadly similar results, pretty robust outlooks for the fourth quarter, and I would say those two airlines are in pole position to benefit from the strongest demand streams right now, whether it's corporate, which has really surged back since mid-year, premium, which continues to exhibit really strong demand, and international, where we've seen an interesting elongation of the seasonality and more Americans going to Europe in October and around the holidays in the fourth quarter.
The United talk did not mention, I don't think, as much as Delta did, the premium traveler. Are the businesses different? I would think United has the same. It lives by the sword and dies by the sword as well, because United has been upgrading the front of all their cabins and everything else. Isn't it? All air travel is moving that way.
Yeah, that's correct. We've definitely, I mean, I would say the full service airlines are much more able to be all things to all people as they've honed their revenue segmentation skills and with the advent of basic economy over the last 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, I guess when these politicians have to fly home, don't they, from time to time? If they're unable to fly, they might actually go in and decide to negotiate and do something at this point. Is that going to be how this comes? Is this what caused it last time? Is this what lights a fire under their rears?
It is, and my colleague at TD Cowen's Washington Research Group, Chris Kruger, has written about that as well, that air travel might be the catalyst to bring about a resolution. And it's unfortunate that the industry and the whole aviation infrastructure can be kind of the political football, but I think it just goes to show how important it is to the economy at the end of the day.
Yeah, we all remember a couple of times. We remember, unfortunately, in 2001, what happened when we totally shut down air travel, and basically what happened during the pandemic. We cannot, as a country, we can't function without air travel. So maybe that'll be it. In a perverse way, maybe it's a good thing. Tom, thanks.